Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru specialist from Subaru Print Storage here, and take a look at the 2024 Subaru Outback Wilderness in the ice silver metallic. The Wilderness is the most off-road oriented Outback they make. You've got increased ground clearance from 8.7 inches on the standard Outbacks up to 9.2. So it's quite a bit more difference. Sorry, 9.3 inches of ground clearance. So it's quite a bit more. Got that exterior look. It's definitely more aggressive. You've got some more cladding on it. You've got some other aesthetics. Front bumper and grille are different than the standard Outbacks. You get those forward-facing LED fog lights. Very, very bright. They are 6 LEDs. I call them Gatling gun style, just with how they're centered. We've got these anodized copper tow hook indicators, so you can pop those caps off and you can insert the eye bolt to recover other people. And then we do also have an exclusive front bumper with a little footprint Easter egg, front grille with off-road / parking camera. And we get the matte black hood decal sticker, whatever you want to call it. Now, I know some people aren't a huge fan of it. They don't like the look. It is functional. It's matte black, so it doesn't reflect sun into the driver's eyes, especially when you're ascending something. That's the huge benefit to it. Now, under the hood, and to open it, hood, hand to the right of the logo, right to left. It's just that piece right there. Powered by the 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder boxer engine, producing 260 horsepower and 277 pounds-feet of torque. So in a vehicle like this, it's a lot of power. Pretty much everything in yellow is what the average consumer is going to touch. So we have brake fluid, coolant, oil, washer fluid, really easy access to the oil filter, got dipstick, easy access to the air filter. And I get asked all the time, this is a top-mount intercooler. So it's like the WRX and STI, old Foresters, old Outbacks, top mount intercooler. So air is forced through here and it comes out there over top of the intercooler. It ends up in creating better combustion, better power. And the air comes in through the top of the grill here. And of course, easy access to the battery, which is always important. It's not tucked away somewhere silly. From factory, they come with all-terrain tires that are snowflake rated, so you're legal on every road here in British Columbia. Get the exclusive 17-inch matte black aluminum alloy wheels, and they're Yokohama Geolander AT, so they're definitely more aggressive than a standard all-season. Not the most aggressive all-terrain ever, and then they are snowflake rated as well. But good tires. I've had lots of customers give me great reviews on them. I am a huge fan of dedicated winter tires myself, but they do work and they are legal. You've got more aggressive fender flares, wheel arches, whatever you want to call them, on the Wilderness. Wilderness badge. Black mirror caps. Now, it's not painted, it's black plastic, so they're not going to get as beat up as paint in the event you take it off the beaten path. They stick out further than the rest of the vehicle, so they do take some abuse, or could take some abuse. Integrated turn signal. Take a look at it. It is absolutely phenomenal. I love the look of it. I love the traditional wagon look. You've got Outback in anodized copper at the bottom there. Anodized copper is the highlight color in the Wilderness models. And we have these exclusive roof rails on the Wilderness. So they don't have the flip across bars like the other Outbacks. These anodized copper pieces indicate tie-down locations. So you have to get the extended Thule bars or another aftermarket bar. And it's just because these are designed to hold more weight. So if you're going to put a rooftop tent or overloaded Thule, something like that up there, that's where that comes in. At the back here, fuel doors, rear passenger side. If the driver door is locked, the fuel door is locked. And when I click lock, pin shoots out. When I click unlock, that happens. Regular, unleaded, it's tuned to run on 87. You do not need to run premium in the Wilderness, despite it being a turbo, which is huge in my opinion. The rear bumper is different than the other Outbacks. It's all black plastic. That's an area that typically gets beat up on vehicles, whether you're loading things in or out, or it also helps with the departure angle. You're less likely to beat up a painted bumper. The rear, anodized tow hook covers, same thing as the front. And then we have those circles. Those are your backup sensors, and they'll apply the brakes if you can hit something in reverse between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour. Blacked out badging on the Wildernesses, the Wilderness badge there. Now, I am a huge fan of the proximity tailgate. So the key is in my pocket. All I do, I block the logo. It beeps, I back up, and it opens. You can still open it from the button on the door or from the driver's seat or from the key fob, but hands-free tailgate's pretty handy. lots of room behind the second row seats of the Outback here. You get the exclusive Wilderness cargo tray. This is the wireless charger. This still has to be fully PDI'd, so that does get installed by our technicians. They don't come installed from factory. They just come with them. Little storage cubby, 12-volt power point, nice hard physical mounts, one in each corner. Harman Kardon audio system, that is an upgrade for the 24s. Grocery bag hooks, they flip down. Very, very practical. Then the privacy cover is 2-stage. So to go along with the proximity tailgate, that's not a lot of height. If you're carrying a box and you have to use the proximity, all you do, walk up with your elbow, your hand, the box, whatever you're carrying, you can see it slides. And that is a lot more height to load things. Or you can just take this out altogether. Stores like that, you can pop it out there. It actually tucks underneath the false floor here. There's a place to run it across. And in the Wilderness Outback, we get a full-size matching spare tire on a matching alloy wheel. You can do 5 tire rotations. That's that eye bolt that I'd mentioned for those tow hook locations. If I need to fold the seats down, I've got handles. It is a 60-40 split. Would fold down if that front seat wasn't reclined as far, but you've got a ton of room in the back of the Outback. Now, to close it, I can pull down on the handle, LED cargo light. We've got the ability to close it. We can close and lock it. So if I do that, I'm going to close everything and lock it. So it's locked. And when I put my hand in here, it's going to unlock. So I just unlocked just the front because that's how it's set to from factory. There's good passenger room in the second row. These seats fold up super easily. Doing it one-handed while holding camera, it's not hard to do. Good headroom. Great legroom. Taller passengers fit in the second row comfortably. You can fit 3 adults comfortably across here. Now, this seating material is not cloth. It's not leather. It's textured StarTex. So it's a soft touch, all-weather upholstery. It's non-perforated. It's easy to clean, designed to get dirty and be wiped down, which is really nice. Fold-down armrest with integrated cup holders. Easy access to the anchor, the latch system for child seats if you need those. A little harder to put this back one-handed. Most of the time you wouldn't be doing that. We can recline these seats with this. And again, this is easier to do with 2 hands. But it reclines, not a whole bunch, but you can recline it. So enough to maybe take a nap if you're a riding passenger. And it comes back up. On the back of the front seat, we have 3 matte back pockets on both sides. The outer 2 seats are heated high and low for both the driver and passenger side. Outboard passengers, person in the middle doesn't get one, unfortunately. 2 USB ports, and you get vents out of the center console. Keep everyone connected on those longer trips. This is textured, designed to be stepped on and used as a step. When you get crossbars, you're mounting something on the roof. The reason they've done that, the tire sits inside the fender, so you won't get as much of your foot on there. And if I'm standing on the tire and I go straight up, I'm right at the back of the rack system, so I'll be leaning to put anything in. So it's a safety thing. Door card is soft touch armrest, anodized copper, auto windows. All 4 windows are auto. A little bit of storage with a bottle holder. And I get asked about this little black piece here. That's what this extra side impact crash safety bar right here ties into. So it's designed to help stop intrusion into the cab in the event of a side collision, which is nice. Subaru's all about safety. To lock it with the proximity key, key's just on my person. Got these lines, and it locks it. I simply wait a second, and I'm not sure if the camera picked up the beep, but this will also flash when I lock or unlock it. And you can disable that if you're not a fan of it. Up front, driver door card looks to be the same as the front passenger. We're very, very similar, sorry. Soft touch, anodized copper, window lock, all 4 power window controls, which are auto, power mirror adjustment, a little bit more storage with the bottle holder, and then we do, of course, get the upgraded Harman Kardon stereo system. They put those little indicators on, I think, 3 places in the Outback, but it is a premium audio system. On the inside here, seats are the same material up front, anodized copper, highlights. It just says Subaru Wilderness on the headrests. And these headrests are adjustable, so you can tilt them depending how close to the back of your head you like the headrest. It is a power driver seat with lumbar, and these seats are super comfortable. I actually find this seating material to be the most comfortable material in our lineup. And that's, of course, a personal thing. Comfort's subjective, but I'm a bigger guy and I find them amazing. Down here, we have the ability to open the rear hatch, control the brightness of our gauges. We can turn off the proximity sensor for the rear tailgate. So if you're loading something on the roof of the rear and you've got the key and it keeps opening, you can disable that. Just push it in. Hard to tell. So I have people come in all the time and their proximity gate isn't working. Someone's accidentally pressed it in. Easy to fix. We do also get the Wilderness high wall rubber floor mats. Of course, we have these little cardboard ones. Keep the dirt down, and to kind of ties this entire piece in. The dash is soft touch here. So let's hop inside. So here we are on the inside of the Outback Wilderness 2024. Steering wheel right ahead of us here. Anodized copper centerpiece, anodized copper stitching. Like I said, that's the highlight color. Left-hand side on the new side steering wheel, we've got the Bluetooth and audio controls. We can accept calls, hang up or decline, issue voice commands, or access Siri or Google Assistant through the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Switch between presets, switch from AM to FM to satellite, USB, etc. Volume is now toggle left to right. Nice tactile feel. Don't know if the mic's picking that up, but satisfying, in my opinion. Right-hand side, we have our adaptive cruise and our lane centering. Now, both of those use these 3 camera boxes. Those are our EyeSight cameras. This is the new 3rd wide-angle mono camera that increases EyeSight's field of view. And actually, speaking of visibility, so from where I sit, I think the visibility is fantastic in the Outback. Shoulder checking's easy. Awesome system. It does automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise, lane centering, pre-collision braking, all of that. So when I turn on the cruise, I get an image of the Outback there. And you can see there's 4 bars ahead of it, all the way down to 1. That is the follow distance behind the vehicle ahead of you that you will follow at if you catch up while using cruise. I've just turned on the lane centering, so above 60 kilometers an hour, if the cameras can see the road lines, whichever side it can see, it'll illuminate white instead of gray. When that happens, if you get close to a line, it helps keep you centered. Gentle steering input. Doesn't rip the wheel out of your hand. It's not going to force you back into the lane if you have to dodge a pedestrian or a moose or another vehicle, but it's great for the second half of a long day of driving. Heated wheel. Very, very important. It's a whole heated wheel with the exception of like right here. This is where the heating elements come out. Gets nice and toasty, keeps you warm. Steering wheel adjustment, bottom left of the steering column. I've got tilt and telescopic. So you can adjust it to drivers of varying heights, leg and arm lengths. We do also have paddle shifters on the back, downshift, upshift. So we can manually select the gears even with our automatic CVT. I was talking about visibility a second ago. We have blind spot detection in each of our side mirrors. So in the event that someone's in our blind spot or going to be momentarily, it illuminates like so on the corresponding side. It doesn't eliminate shoulder checking, but it is an absolutely fantastic aid. You tweak your neck sleeping on it. Funny, you can't shoulder check quite as far. That's a huge benefit, in my opinion. Wiper controls are on the back here. Headlights, it defaults to auto, so you can't accidentally be driving around without your headlights on when it's dark out. Fog light controls right there. 11.6-inch touchscreen that they've broken into 3 portions. Top portion here, we have access to X mode, dual function X mode in the Wilderness. And the Wilderness gets a special one. It works above 40 kilometers an hour. But X mode is like 4x4 low on a pickup. It's for that extreme rough terrain, steep uphill, downhill, going through some perilous terrain. That's where it's beneficial. All-wheel drive system that it comes with is fantastic. This makes it more capable. Weather, part of the satellite radio trial. Gauges. Now I can change these around. These are already on my preferred gauges, but I simply click whichever one I want. See how far into the accelerator it is. It even works in park. It tells me how far I am into it. So that's kind of cool. I didn't actually know that. I learned something today. And we have what we're listening to. Main portion of the screen, we've got radio, media, and phone, which is kind of self-explanatory. Under apps, we have access to wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You'll gain access to the My Subaru app after the vehicle's registered in your name. You got a trial to SiriusXM Travel Link, which is part of the 3-month satellite radio trial. Settings, access to the My Subaru app after the vehicle's registered. Car info. You can set maintenance reminders, gives you tilt and pitch. Home button. We've got the display. We can turn the display off. Access to valet mode, auto vehicle hold, and turn off traction control should you want. You can also add additional shortcuts if there's a button that you go to often, or an area settings. Still have a physical volume knob, physical tuning knob, which is very nice. 4-way flashers, should you ever need those. Then the bottom portion, bottom third, we've got the home button. We can disable auto start stop. You can hook up to 5 phones through Bluetooth, set driver profiles, And we can make changes to settings. We can change driving assistance, turn portions off, switch to miles per gallon, miles per hour. And we have our temperature. So it is dual zone, and it goes up and down in 0.5 degree increments. Or I simply click and it brings it up. I can click, I can drag, I can sync it back to driver controlled. I can control where I want my airflow, if I want AC on, max AC. And if I don't touch that for a while, it just disappears. So I don't have to make an adjustment and then press X to wait to have my radio come back up or my Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's really simple, just turns off like that. Heated seats, 3 stages for both driver and passenger. Now, if I don't want to press it 3 times to turn it off, I simply press and release, and it turns it off. Fan strength buttons are really big, hard to miss. AC, I can turn off climate control altogether there. Easy to use. We do also have front defrost, and then we have our heated mirrors, back window, and windshield wiper deicers. So where your wipers sit on the front of the windshield there, they're heated, which is great. Save yourself some wipers in the long run. Below that, we have USB A and C sockets along with the aux. This is where the wireless phone charger goes. That is going to be installed. This hasn't been finished being PDI'd, but you end up with a little bit less space there. Park brake, electronic, pull up to turn it on, foot on the brake and push down to shut it off. If you don't have your foot on the brake, it won't shut off. Automatic CVT with the manual mode. I really like the shifter boot, and I like this anodized copper piece. I think it's sharp. I think it looks really good. View button does our front camera. Almost 180-degree view. It's great for off-road. It's great for parking lots. Behind that, we've got our cup holders and one drink raiser. So if you have a short drink, this raises it so that you're not just gripping it by the lid. But these fit large drinks easily. Soft touch armrest, card holder, change holder, a little bit of storage in there. There is a 12-volt and a place to run a cord out. My favorite feature in any vehicle ever is the auto-dimming rear view mirror. So there's no switch to flick here if someone's got their high beams on behind you. It just automatically dims. Side mirrors are also auto-dimming, tied to this one. It's fantastic. We've got an integrated compass, and there's 3 buttons there. You've got the built-in home link system, so you can hook up to 3 separate garage doors to your mirror. It's great. You don't have to carry a bulky opener on your visor. We've got a tilt and slide regular size sunroof with a manual shade, and then we have our sunroof controls. We've got SOS and roadside. That's part of the 3-year trial to the connected services you get with most new Subarus. Sunglass storage, card holders on the visors, vanity mirror with lights, and this I can slide. So if the sun's directly at my left or right, I can block it. We do also have handles for all 4 doors, makes getting in and out easier. So that is a quick look at the 2024 Subaru Outback Wilderness in the ice silver metallic, most off-road oriented Outback they've ever made. Very, very fun to drive. I'm a huge fan of the Wilderness trim, that extra ground clearance, the more aggressive gear ratio, and the 2.4-liter turbocharged boxer engine make these a blast to drive. Also very, very functional, lots of storage, good passenger room. So we have a lot of families end up with these who go off the beaten path, throw their kayaks on top or their canoes, and hit the campgrounds, even the more remote ones. Thanks for watching my quick walkthrough of the 2024 Subaru Outback Wilderness. I'm Tyson, the Subaru Specialist from Subaru Prince George. If you guys have any questions about this vehicle behind me, any of the vehicles on our lineup, any of the tech, or you saw something in this video that you want me to go more in depth in, please put it in the comments below. I'm always looking to answer you guys' questions. Again, I'm Tyson, the Subaru Specialist from Subaru Prince George. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.